Not sure the lighting is you're good, but anyways, welcome to a movie review for Athlete A. Athlete A. Okay, so let's see, what is this? Now, a few nights ago, I got to view this movie for the very first time. And it's also my first time reviewing something that is Netflix related. I don't got anything to review on Rotten Tomatoes right now. But alright, so the documentary Athlete A is from this 2020 documentary. It talks about the report from the Indianapolis Star exposing Larry Nassar and his sexual abuse of young gymnasts. And this documentary also reflects on how many people he has harmed. Well, focuses on how, because the women who gave their brave testimonies against this guy, and justice being served to the women who he harmed. Now, this documentary has a 100% rating on Rotten Tomatoes. And for a Netflix movie, and for a documentary coming from Netflix, it's my first time reviewing something that is from Netflix. Athlete A is one of the most important documentaries ever made, and one of the best documentaries ever too, with its 100% rating on Rotten Tomatoes. Because we listen to what the women had to say. So let's say the strongest point when it comes to the documentary is focused on the history of the organization, how they toxic environment. The directors get us close to the women and their pain, following their journals, pulling no punches. It's a very eye-opening documentary looking into the investigation. Yeah, Larry Nassar was nabbed by the Michigan police and the FBI. It does raise a lot of questions about what was going on behind the scenes. Well, it's well made as a documentary. All those brave women who came out against them. The directors here gave the people who Larry Nassar harmed an opportunity to share their stories. And that one judge who sentenced him granted them their testimonies, what they had to say. This is one of those terrific documentaries. These are what some of the critics say. well, I thought Athlete A was pretty good. I mean, striking the story's tone, enjoying what they had to say, and like glad those women were brave enough to confront him. This documentary is powerful. Every single critic gave this movie a fresh rating, very positive. No matter what review you read from critics on Rotten Tomatoes, every review is positive when it comes to the critics. Yeah, justice was served. But I thought that Athlete A was a well made documentary, and a true crime related documentary too. I never thought I was gonna review something that was from Netflix, but here you go. It's also PG-13 because of the dramatic content that involves detailed descriptions of sexual abuse of those who are not of age. But I thought Donnie Cohen and John Shank did a good job doing the documentary. Yeah, I've actually have reviewed a couple of that Beanie Babies play one from Peacock. Yeah, it was Peacock. Yeah. And this documentary won Critics' Choice Documentary Awards in 2020, winning Best Sports Documentary and the Most Compelling Living Subjects of a Documentary. Granted, it also was nominated for 6 other awards. Those were the only 2 that I can think of, that I learned about at this documentary win. It's an award-winning documentary. Took home 2 of the documentaries from. We took not me taking home 2 of the awards from that first sporting events. And for context, Larry Nassar is from Michigan. He was given 100 to 235 years in prison. For his federal sentence, he was given 60 years, and when he was sentenced in December of 2017. And for Michigan, he received 2 sentences, ensuring a de facto life imprisonment. He will never complete his federal. He will never be alive when his federal sentence is complete. I mean, after he's released from the federal prison, he'll be transferred to Michigan's prison system, where he'll have to serve his first set. Well, he will be serving his 40 to 175 years for that first sentence, and his other one, 40 to 125. Both Michigan prison sentences he will have to serve at the same time. But he used his power to abuse over 200 women. That for 2 decades.
And Goliath's wife was granted a divorce in 2017, and she gotten custody of the children. There's also another documentary based on this. It's The Heart of Gold. Larry Nassar is currently in Pennsylvania serving his federal prison term. Like I said, FEA is a well-made documentary and probably one of the most important ones that we've ever seen out there. And this is only on Netflix too, because I was able to view this documentary a few nights ago because I wanted to look at the Nassar case. Yes, I did watch some of it, but no, actually, I didn't never, because I got to watch some of the testimonies from some of the women that Larry Nassar sexually abused back in 2021 on YouTube when I was looking at some of the testimonies, but the women who, I'm glad those women were brave enough to confront him. That one judge who granted the ladies, some of the women, to give their statements the chance. When it comes to this documentary, I'm going to give Athlete a 5 out of 5. You know, having a documentary like this exposing the abuse that Larry Nassar has made towards these women, I'm very glad that those women were brave enough to testify against him and share their stories. I mean, hopefully those women will never have to deal with Larry Nassar ever again, and hopefully those women have been recovering from the trauma, the sexual abuse they endured from his hands, and hopefully whatever the gymnastic world will better protect the athletes that participate in the gymnastics. And hopefully Larry Nassar will spend the rest of his life in prison. I don't think he's ever going to be released from federal prison once it's finished, because he will die in prison before he can serve his Michigan State prison sentences concurrently. When I say concurrently, I'm talking about serving the sentences at the same time. That's what consecutively is like. You have to serve one sentence before you start serving the next. Concurrent means you have to serve the sentences at the same time. So that will be it for this review for Athlete A. I'm sorry for bringing up some things that didn't relate to the case. Well, actually, apart the sentences that Larry Nassar received, but it is very well. I wanted to bring up the sentences and relate to how much. As long as the documentary, as long as it was relating to the case that this documentary focused on, no biggie. It was also 144, or actually it was 104 minutes, an hour 44 minutes. It was pretty good. And yes, like I said, I don't usually review documentaries, but I wanted to give Athlete A a review, because, and this is the first time since 2022 I've reviewed the documentary. And this is only my second review for June, because I've already reviewed the Jane Austen Club a couple weeks back, but anyways, hopefully I'll continue to review other documentaries, and a couple more for June if I can, because I'm going to try to get some more reviews going as the month of July gets here. And stay tuned for more movie reviews. And this was also my first review for a movie from Netflix. Okay. There was a couple of other movies that I had in mind to review that are from Netflix. Stay tuned for those whenever I get the chance.